Hello, and welcome back to my playthrough of Scholar of the First Sin. Last time I had conquered the first half of Drangleia Castle, and off-screen I went and spent the souls and upgraded the Crescent Axe here. It's a pretty fun weapon and one of my more favorite underused weapons. You rarely see people using this thing in PvP. Also, I progressed Ben Hart, so that way I'll be able to get the trophy for his quest on this playthrough. That was a bit of odd stuttering with the stairs there. Let's see if I can't replicate that. Okay, it's not happening again. Must have just been a bit of weird glitchiness with the camera. Okay, I thought I heard an enemy in the game, but I think it might have just been something from an adjacent room. So, never mind that. Wonder if they'll add any invaders to this part. That would be an interesting addition. As far as additions go, it seems that they made a similar change to the previous one with stone soldiers, and that they added more of them. So that's gonna make things a bit tricky. Okay, so the ones at the side are not all actual enemies, just like in the previous room, so I'm gonna have to be careful. They also added a ghost. Nice. Previously, these enemies were only in the undead crypt. I never expected one to see one out of there. Although the placement is, yeah, look at it. You can kind of see him floating in front of the wall. Same issue as the spiders that they added. I guess they didn't. I guess they didn't like really check them out enough to make sure there wasn't something funny like that. But oh well. They're not too tough. They're only even remotely dangerous if they catch you by surprise. As long as you're not currently fighting enemies, they're not going to be a threat. So none of these first few are actual enemies. It must be all these ones. Or none of them are? That's interesting. Now there's gotta be a way... There's gotta be a way to trigger them so I can get souls into this golem and turn this, which activates the elevator. Perhaps opening this door triggers them. Still nothing. Maybe I have to attack them? This is rather odd. Maybe, since it said luring it out, maybe there's an enemy in here I can lead back. Still nothing. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's why they added these guys here. I think that placement is a bit odd. Like, I don't know what mannequins are doing in here since they're pretty much solely, like, loyal to Mytha, but I don't know. Oh god. Okay, this could actually get dangerous here. Let's see if I can't. Yeah, there we go. Quick triple R1 finishes them off. That's the nice thing about the Crescent Axe. As long as you can deal with the sweet spot, because it does have that, it has a very good moveset and pretty good damage. But yeah, there we go. So I like that, the fact that they already changed the previous one, some alive and some just statues. And here you have stone soldiers that are all just statues, and they're just here to freak you out. It's kind of interesting, a lot of the changes that they've made in this version, like, serve a dual purpose as either a legitimate enemy placement for a new player, or as a means of tricking players to play the previous version, playing with their expectations and whatnot. And I really like that. And there are a lot of bloodstains here. I mean, I know I nearly got torn up by the mannequins, but really, there shouldn't be that many people dying to them. Come on. I summoned this guy before. He is pretty amusing, but I don't feel like summoning him again. Once is enough for each phantom. Oh my god, they made the undead chariot an actual enemy. That is... Oh, I never would have expected that. I really like that. It doesn't delegitimize the boss any. I don't even know if that's a word. Because the boss itself is not just the horse, it's the horse and the arena it's in. So having it here is pretty cool. Speaking of which, that reminds me, I haven't actually done the Undead Purgatory yet. I'll need to do that in an episode at some point. I think I'll do that and Belfry Soul sometime in the near future. I feel like doing a PvP-oriented episode after all. And both Belfry Soul and the Blood Bowl Arena would be good choices for that. Oh, another thing, I haven't been pelted. Oh, shit. Okay, that was close. Never mind. I should have just gone for the final hit there, yeah. I like that with the hitboxes. The fact that he veered up meant my one that would have finished him off just completely failed to hit. I really should have just gone with the attack there rather than the healing. I think that might be a fault of Bloodborne. I'm used to their super quick healing in that game. But yeah, now that I know what's up, it shouldn't be too hard to kill the thing. Oh, technically I don't need to continue that area at all, as I can just head up the elevator, get the key, and go towards the Mirror Knight. Or Looking Glass Knight, I guess his name technically is. I got invaded by an actual person. Holy shit, I never expected that to actually happen. I'm gonna go fight them because, yeah. Let's get my throwing knives out, those are useful in PvP. And let's go surprise him. What the hell? Okay, I'll just wait here, I guess, since he probably went that way. Since I haven't fully completed that way, he can't continue on, so I'll have to double back. And then he'll encounter me. Hello? No, I'm right here. What the fuck? What are you doing? Are you trying to lead me up there, or are you just that stupid? Hello. Some people are really blind. Okay, let's go to this one, which has a bit more room to maneuver in. It appears he has the Moonlight Greatsword, which is interesting. Let's see how this guy plays. Let's see if I can't get a... Nope, this time there. But I should, since he seems to like to swing multiple times, I should be able to get a backstep into a parry. Oh dear, I might actually die here. I'm going to heal like a scrub. Oh my god, I am just doing terrible today. He deserved that. What I should have done was I should have healed twice with the Estus. If I had gotten a second one off, I would have healed enough to survive his blast. But oh well. That's my fault for trying to go for a parry. I find that whenever I do that, I end up screwing up rather than just accepting a parry as it comes. I don't know if I can... I don't remember if this game has an invasion timer or not, or if I can even remove it. I assume it does, since the dried fingers are an item. If I remember right, I believe Tokens of Spite actually also proc that effect. So let me pop one of those. I want to get invaded by him again, because I'm assuming he's going to invade like immediately after that one. I'm hoping to get him again so I can actually kill him this time and not die like an idiot. But yeah, the fact that I actually got invaded by an actual player was very surprising. I did not expect that to happen. Although I doubt that'll be a very common occurrence, unfortunately. Also, I don't know why these doors are closed again, because doors are supposed to stay open, and this guy didn't get up here, so he couldn't have closed them, so I don't know what that's about. What the hell is the... Oh. What the hell was the other mannequin doing while I was attacking that one? Oh god. Yeah, let me just stick to the ones. Yeah, twos are a bit too slow, and it's kind of hard to hit with the sweet spot with them due to the way the animations are. Seems I'm not being invaded, which is unfortunate. Oh well. Yeah, there we go. If you can't hit with the sweet spot, you can hit for pretty high damage. 1,000 with the R2 combo there, which is quite nice. Let's see how much an R1 does. Now that I'm actually looking at the damage numbers. Come on, do something that'll give you recovery frames. Yeah, like that. Okay, so 800 with an R1 R1. And since they're much easier to hit with, that's pretty much what I should be doing. I think as I was saying before, I got horribly murdered by the horse the first time. I noticed that I haven't been pelted by arrows, which means that they removed the sniping lawn captains up there. Oh! So this is where you get the Gao's Ring of Protection. That's interesting. Because yeah, I never did check in the Misty Woods if it was still there. I'm guessing they removed it. I wonder if they also make it so that you can't get it on New Game Plus and above. That would be nice, because like one of the biggest issues with PvP balance in the original game was the fact that you could get a billion Gala's rings, and if a person broke one, you could just equip another in your inventory. And since Gala's like not only neutralizes backstabs, but also greatly reduces the damage that people do to you when they attack your backside, like it's just a really strong ring, and the fact that you can effectively have infinite of them was a bit overpowered. So the fact that if they did indeed limit it to one, that would be nice. I said that in way too many words. Okay, I do like the fact that they're increasing the enemy variety in this area, but a lot of these enemies don't... I'm not sure if they make sense or not. I mean, these guys are pretty much just linked to hide, not Drangleic in particular. Although, to be fair, the Dragon Riders are Vendrick's, like, elite soldiers. That's what elite soldiers, rather. It says that in the armor description, or weapon description, if I'm not mistaken. So, that means Drangleic does have a presence in Hyde's Tower, however you want to pronounce that. So, there being stone knights here isn't too ridiculous, but I feel that even with that, they don't really fit aesthetically all that well. Same with the mannequins. They just don't fit the area. Like, oh, I'm dead. Can I? Yeah, nope. Yeah, meshing out of them isn't a thing in this game, if I'm not mistaken. It's weird too. I looked at the chest and I thought I didn't see any latches, so I was like, okay, that's not a mimic. I guess maybe I should be attacking them all just in case. Jeez, that's 3 times I've died in this episode. I'm not sure how many times I've died in this playthrough, but I think that's like a record for number of deaths in a single episode. Certainly, quickest 3 successive deaths at the least. I probably should do some editing, but it really won't take too long to get back there, and I'm kind of lazy, so I'll take any excuse I can get not to edit. Not to do any further editing, rather. Because I'm imagining that the horse isn't alive any longer, just because it seems like a unique enemy that they would only respawn if you use an ascetic. Okay, I am... Oh, well, there goes those souls. Oh well. Not a big deal. People who complain about losing souls and thus having a higher soul memory without being stronger, that just came to mind, and I find those people so silly because realistically it doesn't really matter. Like, losing a few 10,000 or even a couple 100,000 really won't put you at a big disadvantage compared to other people in PvP, but a lot of people like to make it out like that's a big deal for some reason, and I don't quite get that. Yeah, as I was saying, I'm doing horrible. I was considering doing a couple episodes, but clearly I'm not quite in the right place to play this game well, so I might actually take a break after finishing this episode. We'll see. It's also interesting that I was able to continue the animation, the fact that he hit me, but it didn't interrupt me. Which seems a bit odd, but... Yeah, let me just... Okay. Jesus. Okay, it's kind of funny since I was saying, why the hell are there so many bloodstains in this room, and now I've died to these guys once and almost died a couple times. I guess I shouldn't talk shit about other people. Oh god. Actually, even if these guys don't fit aesthetically all that well, I do like their placement here just because it means you have a somewhat easier place to farm the mannequin claws, as opposed to that one place in the earthen peak where you have to make the jump, and it's kind of annoying. So that's nice. Okay, so let's go get that mimic. Oh, dear. Is the other Stone Knight? Oh, you have to heat the other Stone Knight aggroed. So if you go after one, the other gets aggroed. So let me see if I can't finish this guy off quick before his buddy shows up. Nice. These guys have the toughest moveset to avoid, I find, but they have very low HP, so they're pretty easy to take out. Yeah, like that. It only took 3 or 4 hits. Okay, so Mimic, I've got a question for you. But wait, no. I was gonna make an axe pun, but I completely screwed that up, so never mind. Just die. There we go. Huh, that's rather interesting. Petrified dragon bone on a washing pole. That is the reward from the mimic in the dragon shrine in the original version of the game. That's where you got the washing pole and a dragon bone. So they moved that here, in addition to placing that washing pole in the Harvest Valley. So now you can get 2 of them just on New Game, which is kind of interesting. Means you can power stance them without having to go through the bother of using an aesthetic, which is nice. And yeah, this isn't an actual door. And let's see. Okay, yep, there are indeed Alon captains up there. And did I see a gargoyle there? Is that if that comes to life, I will be. It's totally gonna come to life. So let's sneak up on that Alon captain and hopefully one-shot him with a backstab. Oh, never mind, he's a bit too sneaky for that, but I can still get a backstab maybe? Yeah, there you go. Okay, nice. You can actually fight one as an actual enemy, just a regular one. That's pretty cool. I know that a lot of people aren't fond of using bosses as regular enemies, but I really always loved that trope, I guess, for lack of a better word. Like, it just sort of speaks a lot about how much you've advanced, the fact that you can deal with the boss as a regular enemy, and how much the shit is getting real, I suppose. The fact that what were once bosses are now just regular enemies. Although at the same time, in this case, it also does undermine the double Dragon Riders as a boss. The fact that this early... Um... I hope you didn't drop an item. Oh, goodbye then, and I completely forgot what I was talking about, so, sorry if I was talking about something interesting. I can't remember what that line of thought was. Well, hi. Oh dear, can I get up? Okay, let me... Oh, that was close. Okay, let's get him to waste an attack, there we go, and then finish this one off. Oh my god. I cannot just deal with them. Once again, I'm going to question their placement. I don't think they fit aesthetically, but it certainly does make this one, which previously had no enemies, actually challenging. I think I'll go for the further one first. I think that might actually end up going better, so let's make them waste their attacks. There we go. Yep, that worked. If I had touched that, that would not have been good. I can't survive it as you saw when I got hit earlier, but still, it was close. I nearly died there. And let's kill this guy just because. Indeed, that is a ghost. Thank you, message, for stating the obvious. But yeah, I really like the changes made to this part. As I said, they don't really fit. I'm gonna attack every chest now just in case. I don't trust my own eyesight. A lot of the enemy additions don't really fit aesthetically speaking, but they do make this part of the level more interesting and more difficult in a good way, so I overall do like them. But I do wish that they had picked enemies that would have fit a bit better, like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of enemies that weren't in the original version that would have fit better. I guess maybe Royal Swordsman, no, Royal Swordsman already here, the Hollow Soldiers and Hollow Infantry would fit, for example, but they wouldn't exactly be difficult, so that wouldn't accomplish that, so, I'm not actually sure what enemies they could add. Oh, they could add the Falconers and maybe give them their Falcons here. Those are difficult enemies, especially when they have their Falcons, and they would fit more aesthetically, I think, being Knight type enemies. Perhaps add a Dragon Rider. So after you have the double Dragon Rider boss fight, they're now a regular enemy. Good God, that elevator ride is long, longer than I remembered. And I remembered it as being long. If it were a ladder, I would play the Snake Eater song. But it doesn't seem they've added any enemies here, which is a bit disappointing. In New Game Plus in the original version, if I'm not mistaken, there is a Black Phantom NPC here, so I was hoping that they would add something in New Game here, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Oh yeah, I just realized something I haven't used at all is Pyromancy, which I finally got enough attunement and upgraded the Pyromancy Flame so I can use. Tri-thrusted and short hole, indeed. I think if I had been using Great Combustion, then some of those fights would have gone a bit easier. I don't actually know how much damage it would do. It might not do much because a lot of enemies in the castle have high fire defense due to all the water, but I don't think the ones inside have the high fire defense, just the ones outside in the vein. So perhaps using Great Combustion wouldn't help, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, long ass elevator ride. And let's actually, I wonder if they've made any changes to this hallway. Previously, there were just the stone horsemen, but I wonder if they've added anything that would make it a bit more interesting. Well, so far, just from looking at it, it looks like they did the opposite and removed the Cyan Knight that was at the end. And yeah, if you attack the actual living ones before they have a chance to glow red, they'll take like triple the damage and you can take them out really quickly. Unfortunately, that also, if I'm not mistaken, cannot drop items, so if you want to get the Stone Twin Blade or Llewellyn set pieces, you're gonna have to wait for them to actually revive. Let's see if I got lucky. Nope. Well, that also reminds me, I still have the gold Covetous Serpent Ring from when I was trying to farm something up, so let's replace that with something that would actually be useful. For the Looking Glass Knight, I'm not entirely sure what I should equip. Uh, I guess I'll go with the Chloranthy Ring. I really should have picked up the +1 variant in the Foggy Woods, Misty Woods, whatever the hell that's called, but oh well, I'm too lazy to go back for it now. I don't believe there was an item here before. Yep, there definitely was not a skeleton with a petrified something here before, so that's something entirely new. We've got Ashen Knight Boyd, who previously was a summon for a Freya, if I'm not mistaken. A human, so let's summon them, assuming, okay, looks like it did work, nice. If it fails, it will tell you the message immediately most of the time. And Benhart, who, I don't know if I have to, I think I might have to summon him in order to continue his quest line. I'm not actually sure, let's do that just in case. In fact, if I do have to do that, I may have screwed it up by not summoning him for the congregation, assuming that you can still do that. We'll see, I suppose. And okay, I said usually it fails immediately, but sometimes it takes longer when you're trying to summon another player. That's unfortunate. Okay, let's go fight the Looking Glass Knight. I wonder if perhaps they've made it so that you can be invaded by player mirror squires in New Game. Previously that was only, well, not technically New Game Plus, it was Mirror Knight being at Bonfire Intensity 2, which is a difference because it means you can have that happen to you if you use a Bonfire aesthetic. You don't have to go to actual New Game Plus like you do to unlock other things. But it would be nice if they made that a new feature in New Game, just because it's so hard to actually get mirror squire invasions in the original version, since so many players are not going to be open to it, because a lot of players never go to New Game Plus, and very few are going to use a bonfire aesthetic, so... I think the one-handed moveset might actually be better. I don't want really horizontal swings, because of that big-ass shield. Or maybe two-handed with the R2s, that might actually work well. Yeah, the Mirror Knight is not that tough. Especially if you get a summon to tank, and I am just missing entirely. Good job, me. Let's just to see how much damage Great Combustion does. Okay, yeah, it does nothing, which is not surprising. He's soaking wet, so he takes very little damage from fire. And while that would normally mean he takes a lot of damage from lightning, he has really high lightning defense anyway. I guess because he uses that as his element. In general, you don't really want to use magic elemental damage against this guy. Physical is the best. Okay, I am really bad with the range on this thing. I keep thinking it's longer than it is. And I do have to hit with it for maximum range in order to hit with the sweet spot at the end there. Which is one of the difficulties of using this weapon. But yeah, pretty simple fight. Especially with Ben Hart here tanking. Thanks, buddy. Alright, let's see if they've changed this. I don't remember this being off to the right. I remember it being more centered here, so I don't know if they actually moved it. I don't know why they would move it a few pixels. If that is indeed something they did. I'm probably just remembering wrong. Still, it's kind of an odd placement to have it be off-kilter like that, off-center. And they did not change the items in it. Just kind of a crappy chest. The Soul Bolt is probably one of the worst sorceries. It's pretty much entirely eclipsed by Focus Souls in the DLC, which is now part of the base game, so it kind of doesn't really have a purpose at this point. I guess the magic defense ring is decent. Alright, and let's go off to the Shrine of Amana, every player's favorite area. Yeah, this is an area that gets a lot of ire for reasons I've never quite understood. I've always enjoyed it just because it's simple in concept, but basically the fact that it's just like a flat plane with enemies with homing attacks, so you have to be constantly on the move, more so than other areas. But it's like relatively simple, as I said, it's just a flat plane with the 1 or 2 enemy types, so it's not too complicated. I don't know, I've always enjoyed it. And I'll probably enjoy seeing what changes they made. So yeah, see you next time.